Hi, today I'm going to show in this demo on how to create and configure storage spaces. So our ultimate goal is to allow us to have more control of our drives. Let's imagine that we have a server and you got multiple hard drives in that server and you want to set up volumes on it. So instead of setting up three different volumes, wouldn't be great that if you could combine all those drives and create storage pool out of it. So a storage pool is a combination of physical disk. So then you can create virtual drives that sits on top of that tool. So this way you can provide redundancy and using parity and mirroring. Okay, so let's go to the demo. So I have my Hyper-V environment. I'm going to add two disks to my server. So I'm going to add two or more disks. Let's add one disk here. I'm going to name it disk 1. Okay, I get an error here. Okay, I know what is the error because I have created disk 1 earlier. So I need to give a different name. So let's change the name. It go back. I'm going to change the name to storage disk 1, and let's click next. At 127 gigs of space, so I'm going to add another disk, and this way I'm going to add it from a different location, not from the same C drive. I'm going to add it from my external hard drive. As I said, this storage can be from any place, like just a bunch of disk or from a different server as well. So this time for demo purpose I'm going to use my external hard drive, and there I'm going to create a folder, and then I'm going to direct it to the storage disk 2. Now I'm going to connect to the server. I'm going to log into the server. I'm going to go to disk, and here you can see my disk, 3 disks are showing. So let's go to storage pools. You can see all the disks which I added. So initially I added 2 disks, then I want to have another disk, so 50 GB is showing additionally. Yeah, so I'm going to go to storage pool. I'm going to create a storage pool from here. Let's go and create storage pool. Click next. Give a name for the storage pool. I'm gonna put it pool 1. Here you can see all the 3 disks and the allocation. What is the allocation? So here it's selected automatic. Automatic means the system will be handling the allocation. And hot spare. Hot spare means that you have a spare disk and it is going to be used unless you run out of space. So in my case I'm going to select automatic, so the system will be handling it. And manual is that you will select manually your how you're going to allocate your space. So in my case I'm going to select automatic, then click create. Now I'm going to create the virtual disk. So let's name this disk VD1. So here there are 3 options: layout, simple, mirror, and parity. So simple means it's just gonna create a volume on the disk and use the maximum of that disk, and then if you select simple, then you will not get any redundancy. In simple disk you don't get redundancy. The storage layout requires at least one disk and does not protect you from disk failure. So mirroring, a lot of people knows this as RAID 1 configuration. So this will require you to have couple of disks, at least 2 disks for mirroring. So you can have two-way mirror or three-way mirror. So if you're going to have two-way mirror, you need to have 2 disks at least. If you're going to use three-way mirror, you need to have 5 disks. And in mirroring, you will get your redundancy as well, and data is stripped across physical disk, creating 2 or 3 copies of your data. So parity is it's more redundant, and then you can use it as a three-way disk parity. This is similar to your RAID 5 and RAID 6 configuration in your production. So in parity, you will get your data and parity information are stripped across physical disk, increasing reliability but somewhat reducing capacity and performance. Alright, so let's click, I'm gonna select mirror in my demo. Let's click next. So thin provisioning and fixed provisioning. So thin is something like a dynamic disk which you created earlier. So it will not use your full disk. It will be dynamically expanding. So fixed means it will use all of your disk storage. So let's click thin because I'm going to use this as a lab purpose. Click next. I'm going to give how much I'm going to allocate 160 GB out of my 3 disks. So let's click next and create. Yeah, so first virtual disk with 160 GB is created. Now let's create the volume. I'm gonna name the volume as V, and I'm gonna format it as NTFS for now. Okay, so first volume disk is virtual disk is created with 160 GB, and if you go to File Explorer, you can see this disk mounted here. And let's create another virtual disk from my storage pool. Select the storage pool of 302 capacity, press OK, and then I'm gonna give a name. Let's name it VD2. Same steps above as earlier. Select the mirror type, or then select thin. Then yes, I'm gonna give here 100 GB from my storage pool. Click create. Now I'm going to allocate the volume first of all, then this time I'm going to format it with REFS. Next, then create. Now yes, now you can see both my virtual disk are created, and if I go to disk you can see how much is allocated from my virtual disk from my storage pool. So from pool 1 it has 302 GB of full space, and it's allocated 160 for my VD1 and 100 GB for my VD2 virtual disk 2. And how much is used percentage it shows here, and how much free space is available. 292 GB is free. So yes, so guys, this is the demo of how to create storage spaces from Windows Server 2019. I hope you liked the video, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.